I've ordered some of the highest rated and most bought football items off the website Temu because, well, it's super cheap. But does that mean they're any good? And, well, that's what we're going to test out today. Now, I was going to start with this football, but it needs pumping up. And I have a pump, but this seems like a lot of effort. So what we're actually going to do is we're going to start with this. Yes, I am the laziest man on earth. I bought an electric ball pump. So it comes in this little bag with a whole host of attachments. Now, obviously it's electric, so it needs batteries. The batteries don't come with, but what does come with is Boo Wizard. Let's get these in. So I don't really know if you can see it in the light here, but there is a digital display. So I can set what the PSI is supposed to be to go into the ball. And if I check on the ball, it tells me 8 to 12 PSI. So, hey, let's stick that at 11 and see what happens. I swear, if this works half as well as I hope it does, I'm going to be delighted because I'm the laziest man on earth when it comes to pumping up footballs. All right, let's go. Yes, yes, it's alive. It's alive. Leave it to its own devices. I'm going to do something else. This is awesome. So back in the studio, a little look at the electric ball pump because now I can turn it on and I can show you the LCD display. You can set the PSI, so whatever you should want. And if you, hold on, I've got a ball around here somewhere. If you then take that and you put it into the ball, it will tell you what the PSI of the ball is. So I stick that in there. So that's telling me the ball PSI is 8.9. If we decide to turn that up to 10, it's really that easy. The amount of time and effort that this saved me so I could set up cameras and things like that, it's such a simple thing. But I really, really like it. And you know what? We'll rank every item from best to worst. And right now, obviously, this is the only item, but I'm putting it at the top. I love this. That is done. There you go. So from flat, takes a while, but from flat takes a while. But if you've just put a bit of air in, it literally takes seconds. There's also a torch. What can you do? Back to the pitch. Next up on my list of things to test, this here mini goal, which was pretty easy to set up. Can't really complain about it. It's very lightweight, easy to transport. However, it's pretty much designed for soft ground. It comes with pegs so you can attach it into the ground. This is an AG pitch, so we will see how it performs if it can stand up or if it is something you just need to use on FG. And if that's the case, we'll go and stick it on an FG pitch. Just before we go any further, we need to go and talk to James, me, on a different day. Hey, it's me on a different day. And the reason that I am here on a different day is to tell you that for this video, I have partnered with Temu, which means that I can offer you this lovely code that's on screen. You can also get to it by clicking the link down in the top pinned comment or in the description. But James, what does it do? Well, it's going to give you a coupon pack. So a coupon pack of worth up to €100, which is great for getting some discount. But more importantly, you can pick up one of the items that I'm showcasing in the video today for 70% off if you're a brand new Temu app user. So if you want a huge 70% discount on something that I am showing you today, click that link. If you want a €100 coupon pack, then click the link or use the one that's on screen. Probably about here-ish. Jesus! You have to hit the goal if you're going to test the goal. So the portable goal is definitely lightweight, it's easy to move around, hence portable, but definitely works better on a grass pitch where you can actually pin it down. It suffers a little bit on an AG pitch. So for now, second place, but I do think there are some items that I'm going to rank a little bit higher coming up, but I can still recommend this one. All right, so next up we have this rebounder here. And of all the items I'm showing you today, this one is definitely the highest quality. It's well built, it's got it's really well put together. Well, I put it together, but the parts were really great. The only downside to it is that it's not really very portable. Like, I brought this from home to here and getting it in the car was pretty difficult. So it's great if you're leaving it in a static place or you want to use it at home or something like that, or you've got a big car. But for me, this was a bit of an issue to transport, but that's offset by the fact that it is actually really well made and good quality. And we're going to pair testing the rebounder with testing this. So this is basically a top bins net. So you aim to put it in here, goes through, falls into the goal. Now, these attach really well to regular goals. I've already tried them, but the crossbars on these things are thick as anything. So I've got a little bit creative with where I've put it, but let's be honest, I think I'm kidding myself if I'm sticking it top bins anyway, but these were so inexpensive that basically if you want something like that, they're well worth looking at. So again, this comes with pegs for FG pitches or SG pitches, but top bins, first time, nice. I was convinced there was not a hope that that ball was going top bins at any point. And literally, first attempt of, you should buy this. Somebody should buy this, because apparently this plus that is a top bins magnet. That's never happening again. Where was I? Does it even matter? Oh my God. I should just finish the video there. I'm done. That's class. All right, let's try that again. So this, similarly to the goal, I have tied down. See, I told you I couldn't do it twice. I have tied down with just a bag of balls. It's working just fine, but it would be better on a softer pitch where you can use the pegs they're provided to hold it down. But this absolutely works for me. Okay. Now we're back on form, sticking them over the bar. I have to say, of probably all of the items that I've got, this one definitely seems to be the best quality. Works really well, has loads of different options, loads of different drills you could do with it. On the whole, pretty big fan of this one. Something that I'm definitely going to be using again in the future. Oh, went for another cheeky top bins there. All right, I'm feeling kind of confident. So I've stuck the GoPro behind the top bin corner. I don't know, what would you call that? A top bin corner target. There you go, that's the one. And I'm going to attempt to hit some top bins. And yeah, we'll see what happens. I will miss every single one. That first one was a fluke, guaranteed. I actually stuck it through the hole in the main net. Oh, terrible. Oh! I was just about to celebrate. I thought that was in. Next up, a really short, simple one that I picked up, and they're not something that I would wear, but there's so many people into these, and these were so absurdly cheap that it pretty much just had to be done. And it's these mini shin pads. So hey, let's throw them into my socks. If you're into mini shin pads, these were like a couple of euros, like not even that. Well worth checking out if you're into mini shin pads. So let's throw them into the socks. There we go. Just channeling my inner Jack Grealish right there with some really tiny shin pads. Hey, if this is your jam, you might as well save yourself some money, nice and cheap. While we're here, I want to have a look at this. So this has something that I got off Temu. It's a really small thing. It's basically a shoe rubber, and it's supposed to get marks off shoes. Now, this isn't specifically designed for football boots. So we're going to give it a go, and we're going to see if it can do anything with, you can see all of this Astro marking that's on these and also on the front of these. I'm just going to see if it does anything. I genuinely have not tested this at all. So let's start with the Lunar, because I think this is going to be a little bit easier to clean. Just see if it does anything. Definitely going to end up speeding this up in the edit. Okay, you can immediately see the difference that has been made there simply by using it. That works fantastically. So far so good. I'm just going to give it a go on the actual upper material and see what happens there as well. It's reasonably difficult to see, but on the Lunar upper, that is also working. It's not nearly as effective as it is on the sole plate there, but that is actually working. Now, the real test, or a real test, is going to be, can I get it to work on this? Because this grip knit material is a disaster to try and get clean. So can I get it to work? Again, 100% very effective on the sole plates, so worth it already. Now, grip knit, what are you going to do? So it's definitely having some impact, but I wouldn't want to go too hard on the grip knit because it's exposed basically, and you're potentially damaging the upper. But anything that has a coating on it, which is 99% of boots, it does have an impact, but mainly I would recommend this for sole plates, and it was literally a couple of euro. So yeah, absolutely worth it. And you know what? Let's slot this in third place, considering how cheap it was and how effective it is. Third place. Back to the pitch. All right, so next up we have this agility ladder that I got, and I have to say, out of the box, this is probably my least favorite of the items that I've got so far. Just doesn't seem like it's kind of rugged enough. It's not very heavy or heavy duty, heavy weight. So if you kind of touch it, it's going to move. But let's give it a go and see how it comes out. So the agility ladder, it definitely serves a purpose. It's very affordable for something of this type. However, for me, it is the weakest of all the items we've tried so far. I just want it to be a little bit more sturdy and a little bit more robust, but absolutely does a job if you're looking to save some money. So let's finalize our list from best to worst in terms of my Temu purchases. But first, we didn't actually review the ball from the beginning, and this was pretty damn impressive, mainly because generally cheap balls have smaller panels that are stitched. So they tend to be stitched together, which means that they come apart more easily. Now, this actually looks like a thermal bonded ball or some kind of thermal bonding, which is pretty damn good for about, I think, the 14 euros that I paid for it. It's been very consistent. It's a good football, especially for that money. Now, it is a little bit on the light side, and it's definitely a little bit flighty, shall we say. But for 14 euros, I have bought an awful lot worse. So, what is our final ranking? We'll start from my least favorite item and go up to my favorite. So my least favorite item is the agility ladder. I just don't think it's heavyweight enough. It's fine if you want to save a little bit of money, but it's definitely not a top recommendation for me. Next up, we have the mini shin pads. There's absolutely nothing wrong with them. I just don't wear mini shin pads. But yeah, if you're into mini shin pads, these are going to work for you. Haven't really got any complaints, but they're fairly low down on my list just because I'm not going to wear them. Next up, a perfectly acceptable item that works really well and is a good price, and that is the Top Bins targets. Now, they're not super heavy duty, but they've not caused me any problems at all. They attach to goals well, they do their job, no problems whatsoever, and very affordable. So next up, top bins targets. Then we have the unexpected hero of the day, the shoe rubber. I was quite impressed with this. Now, don't expect it to work miracles on uppers that are particularly bad, like white uppers or anything like that, or exposed knit. But on those sole plates, whew, crispy clean. Unexpected €2 hero, mini shoe rubber. Throw it in the bag. Now we're into my top 4, and they're things that I genuinely really like and I'm definitely going to be using again. And at 4 is the mini goal. The only reason being it at 4 is because it is kind of excessively lightweight for an AG pitch, and I use a lot of AG pitches. It just means that setting it up's a little more difficult. But if you're on grass and you can actually peg it down, this could be absolutely excellent. Great for kids, great for kind of like a home training session. Really impressed, super easy to put together. Mini goal gets 2 thumbs up. Third place, we have the ball. Like I've just said, it's thermal bonded, it's great quality, it's really affordable for a football. I suppose just that maybe being a little bit more flighty is what's kind of bumped it down a little bit, but I will be using that repeatedly. It goes in the ball bag to be used for other Boot Wizard videos. It's really good, and I can definitely recommend giving it a go. Durability, I've had it out on pitch for kind of 6-7 hours and it's been fine, but you never know. Like, you got to give balls a proper battering sometimes, but it's been absolutely grand for me. Into our top 2, and in second place, I've gone for the Rebounder. This is really, really good quality. It works exceptionally well. Its only real downside is that transport is a little bit difficult. And again, it benefits from being pegged down on a natural grass pitch as opposed to an artificial pitch, but it's great and multiple uses. I'm going to use this thing again and again. Really, really good. And that means number 1 is the electronic ball pump. For the time and effort that it saves me, my ball bag has 20 balls in it at all times, and I'm constantly pumping them up. Disaster. Electric ball pump, plug it in, hit the PSI, press go, pumps all the balls up. I can walk away. I love it. I love it, and it's my go-to. Yes, they're more expensive than a traditional hand pump, but I don't care. The time and effort that it saves me is absolutely worth it. If you want to pick up any of the items, do remember to use that discount code or the links and get yourself 70% off one of them, and your €100 voucher pack. And that's all from me here today. If you enjoyed this, you want to see more of it, let me know down in the comments. Get subscribed, like the video, all that good stuff. I've been James. This has been Boot Wizard. Thank you to Temu, and I'll see you soon.